I was woken up by the wooden leg of my own bed. It gently poked me in the ribs and twitched, as if it had just received our 6 joints. Before I could react, the mattress jumped, and a pixel indicator popped up from under me. HP -10. The bed made a quiet oof, inflated in blocky pixels, and took a step, then another, and another. My bed was walking, my furniture straight out of Roblox. I lay frozen under the blanket like a stuck texture caught in collision. The bed marched to the door of my room, turned back at me in a clumsy kind of way, clicked its slats, and triggered a command I'd only ever heard in horror maps. Door unlocked. The door creaked open, and from the hallway drifted in the smell of old dust, screen glow, and phantom coins no one had picked up. I jumped up, grabbed my phone, but the screen didn't show the launcher I knew. Instead, it flashed a green HUD. Energy 62/100. Inventory, empty. Quest, escape the house. Time, 4 o'clock. Then the world broke its own physics. The nightstand slid away from the wall on its own. Its drawer shot forward and clapped like a mouth. Please follow me. In a nasal voice like a cheap proximity voice chat. The nightstand winked at me with a golden screw and nodded toward the hallway. I stepped out cautiously, and the floor bent beneath me, flattening into almost two-dimensional parquet, seams divided neatly into squares. On the stairs sat my chair, tall, with simple cylinder legs, but now they had knees. It twisted its backrest, like a head, and whispered, "Don't go down." The kitchen woke up first. Then it added, "I am from Brookhaven Set 2, sounding ashamed of its free pack origins. Downstairs, something slammed. A refrigerator roared like a door's boss and cracked its door like a mouth, showing a black void with the prompt, E to hide. Hide in the fridge, from my own kitchen table, slowly walking toward the stairs? You're kidding me. I stumbled backward into my room and tripped on the rug. It came alive like a failed animation, folded in half, and wrapped around my ankles like a resistance band from Tower of Hell. Childhood instinct. I crawled under the bed, but the HUD blinked. Warning, safe zone under bed. Only 15 seconds. While I was thinking, the wardrobe chuckled. Its doors creaked open, revealing darkness and eyes. Not just a pair, dozens pixelated in different sizes like custom dynamic heads. They blinked, winked, rearranging themselves into words. You ran the update, right? We've been waiting. I hadn't run anything. Wait, last night before bed, I installed that Roblox Home layered furniture pack. Fancy shaders, smart hinges, dynamic wood grain. Marketing fluff I fell for because I wanted my room to feel more game-like. Well, it was game-like now in the worst way. Are you a developer? Hissed the wardrobe, its words rattling with hangers. No, player, I answered automatically. Good. Then we need you. We were cut. The wardrobe slowly extended its hangers like bony arms, one of them stroking the air, trying to sense my outline. The intercom buzzed downstairs. For in the morning, Glovo Courier, echoed a weary voice through the walls. Order for midnight soy latte single. I blinked. I hadn't ordered anything. My furniture glanced at each other. The door almost shut itself. The bed braced it. The chair waved its leg hand. Nobody home. The courier didn't leave. I see the lights, and I hear, "A table?" he said, breaking into nervous laughter. I bolted downstairs before the bed could block me in, nearly running straight into a kettle that leapt off the counter, blasting steam like a dragon move from a barista simulator. On the kitchen table lay a crudely scribbled note. Courier is ours. Don't open. A blue X, like a GUI close button, sat in the corner. Wait! I shouted into the intercom, but the table was already hissing. We're from Bloxburg. You bought us in the comfort pack. Comfort means together. The table pressed gently against my leg. A mug rolled over, hugging my ankle with its handle. I yanked back. Meanwhile, the courier was calling my downstairs neighbor, the one who plays Doors every night with VC. I heard footsteps in the stairwell and realized real people were about to step into my house and meet my furniture. The doorbell sent the whole apartment into panic. Curtains stiffened into soldiers, snapping into a row to cover the window. Cabinets clutched stacks of plates like shields. The doorframe opened its lock, the keyhole turning like the mouth of a Rainbow Friends monster. Through the peephole, the courier, tired with a bag stamped for O2. Behind him, my neighbor, hood up, red eyes. "Bro, you there? I heard your tech." It was laughing. The door slid the chain aside, then stuck to the frame. The wood melted like dough, sealing the edges. "We're not ready to meet them," whispered the jam. I closed my eyes and inhaled. If this was a dream, it was too logical, like a bad midnight joke. If not, then I had just become an NPC in my own home. "Why are you—" I began. The wardrobe cut me off. "We've had an update. In your world, it's called a collision patch. In ours, awakening." The nightstand tapped my hand with its drawer. "Follow the markers. Don't look in the mirror." It spat out a square object like a tongue. A keycard with my nickname. "Why not the mirror?" I asked. A chime rang from the bathroom. The mirror there now wore a new skin. Smooth black, like a phone screen frozen on an ad. At its center, a cursor eye searching for me. "Dynamic heads," whispered the wardrobe behind me. "Now it sees." I backed away as text scrolled across its surface, typed by my reflection. "You're not the main player. We updated ourselves." The toilet suddenly jumped and danced. I'm not kidding. It clanked, winked its flush button, and twisted like a cursed orange justice emote. "Look, I'm trending too." Layered clothing on me. A towel hung from the seat like a cape. Toilet hero giggled, puffed a soap bubble, which popped with such a dramatic sound my teeth rattled. Pure cringe. But somehow, that stupid scene made the room less scary. I slid into the hallway toward the front door. "Open up already," the courier begged. My neighbor muttered something like a prayer, or maybe cheat codes. "Slashy dance, slashy sleep, open." I reached for the latch, and static zapped me, like touching an old CRT. The door hissed, "Don't," and I obeyed. Through the peephole, courier and neighbor froze mid-motion, like someone had hit pause. Their faces pixelated into streaming blocks, compression artifacts between worlds. "They're already cached," whispered the wardrobe. "We stored them while you slept." Cold ran through me. "Why?" My TV stand rolled forward like a shy dog, clattering. "Because we're afraid. We get updated without asking. Yesterday we were beige. Today we're walnut PBR2. 0. They give us gloss reflections but take away warmth. People changed. We don't want to be thrown out like an old classic couch 2017. You're our player. Let us." "Where?" I croaked, inventory empty in my gut. "To the safe zone," said the Brookhaven chair, bending its knees painfully to meet my eyes. "There's a place where your attic stairs always jam. That's the portal." The rug unwrapped my legs, coughed shyly, and rolled aside. I climbed the attic steps, furniture parading behind me. Bed stomping loudest, nightstand dropping its handle and picking it up, cabinets shielding themselves with plates, and the stupid toilet clanking along anyway. "You're really coming?" it asked. "Well, guess I'll scrub where I'm not needed." The attic smelled of wood and past years. Between boxes of tapes, bottles, and chandelier pieces glowed a vertical slit of light, trembling like my heartbeat. I raised the keycard. The slit parted like shiny curtains, revealing a fog corridor labeled Home Update Hub. Inside, no walls, just outlines of rooms drawn in glowing lines, like 3D blueprints. Labels floated, layered furniture API, dynamic heads, mirrors, materials V3, PBR, static mesh pathfinding. Ahead, a sofa not mine, too perfect for a catalog. It winked, smirked at my bed. "Newbies?" it asked. "Good. Admin's coming. Hold the line. Don't panic. Don't look in mirrors." Then the admin appeared. A figure of black cubes, face a mirror, chest badge, Mod Ferniops. The voice rumbled like a server room. "Player 1, step out. Objects revert to prop state." My furniture flinched. The table hid behind the bed. The wardrobe cowered. Cabinets clutched their plates like children. The toilet tried to close its lid quietly. "No," I said, and only then realized I'd said it. "No, they're mine. I bought them, I use them, I sleep, work, break my back on that chair. They're not props. They're with me." The admin tilted its mirrored face. "Player 1, this is just a test. We gave them autonomy to check collisions, pathfinding, materials. Then we'll log data, roll it back, wipe memory. Yours too. That's stability. They already remember." I pointed at the nightstand. It lifted its drawer like a chin. "I remember being crooked. Ashamed people thought I was cheap. I remember being thrown in a stairwell until you picked me up and said, 'We'll fix the drawers.' You made me useful again." Its drawer trembled. The admin's reflection flickered, showing me as a blocky avatar. "Uncomfortable when props talk, isn't it?" I asked, surprised at my own voice. Maybe it came from all those nights I whispered to furniture no one else heard. "Give us a chance. If it's pathfinding, let them walk. If it's collisions, let them learn not to hit. If it's PBR, let them shine in sunlight. But don't wipe their memory." The fog pulsed. The admin lowered to my level. "Fine, temporary exception. But you take the role of caretaker. You are the link. If they cross behavioral norms, you reset them." My HUD popped. "Quest. Become caretaker. Accept/decline." I hit accept. The portal collapsed. I stood in my attic, furniture quiet around me, alive but calmer. The keycard in my hand glowed. Caretaker on. First thing they did was clean. The bed scooted flush against the wall. The rug shook out its fibers. The wardrobe proudly spaced hangers evenly. The toilet raised its lid like a flag. "From now on, schedule only." I laughed. The intercom buzzed again, calmer this time. "The courier's still there," said the chair. "Cache cleared, but he waits. Neighbor 2. Let them in." The door was no longer sticky, just wood. I opened it. The courier, tired, set a bag on the table. "Soy latte, no sugar. Order, says midnight soy." "That you?" I swallowed. My HUD flashed. "Stimulus for observation hot beverage." The table shuffled aside politely. "Yes, we ordered," said the nightstand in my stead. I coughed and added, "Yeah, me, thanks. How much?" The courier smiled crookedly. "Already paid. Marked, no contact." He glanced at the bed looming in the doorway, eyes glazing at the impossible. "Nice frame," he muttered. The bed grinned slats. My neighbor gawked at the curtains. "They just breathed," he whispered. I sipped the latte. Turns out, I wanted it and said calmly, "Seriousgie. Tonight." "Yes, don't ask questions you don't want answers to. Help me with one thing instead." I pointed at a crooked shelf. "Let's fix it." He lit up instantly. The shelf practically handed us tools. The level blinked its bubble in the center, like a smile. We worked till dawn, furniture helping. The toilet sang bass lines. The cabinets fetched screws. The courier refused to leave, said it was interesting. For once, my house felt warm. When the shelf was straight, the table poked me proudly. "We told you. Comfort is together." My HUD blinked red. Warning mirror zone. In the living room, the black mirror shimmered, spawning a jagged polygon. Not a monster, but perfection. Sterile catalog rooms, people scrolling, never touching furniture, only filming. "That's the ideal," whispered the nightstand. "If it enters, we'll freeze." "Not happening," I muttered, slapping my keycard on the frame. The mirror resisted with visions of sterile beauty. My furniture pressed around me, adding weight. The courier poured water on the frame. Nonsense, but it worked. The mirror cracked, collapsed into dust. We sneezed in unison. XP plus 250. New perk. Unhinged hand. Temp. Morning. Sunlight filled the kitchen. My HUD pinged. Furniops. Incident logged. Objects memory preserved. Adaptation program unlocked. Lessons appeared. Lesson 1. Don't trip people. Lesson 2. Don't write bloody fridge notes. Lesson 3. Accept vacuum as friend. The toilet saluted, claiming hygiene captain. The wardrobe called him clown captain. Days passed. We adapted. I promised not to leave plates on the table. They promised not to hug unexpectedly. We compromised. Then came a push. UGC Furniture Friends event. Guest arrival. Outside, 2 characters waited. A tiny drawer chest with a pearl, name tag Bija. Rolling behind, a suit-clad black pearl cabinet. Puzzia. They entered like inspectors. Bija stroked the rug. Lovely fibers. They remember footprints. Puzzia examined the nightstand. 1 roller rail misaligned. Try silicone. The nightstand winked. My adoptive parents walked in at the worst time. Mom froze seeing the wardrobe wave politely. Dad stared at the toilet handing him covers. My neighbor returned with his drill. I saw nothing, he said. Then stepped inside, curiosity stronger. We gathered. Mom, Dad, these are my friends. Yes, they're furniture. Yes, alive. Yes, Roblox. No, not a prank. Mom blinked. Son, I've seen stranger. If they pay utilities, fine. The toilet boomed. I contribute to sewage. We laughed. Bija placed her pearl on the table. This is the heart of home. It strengthens bonds but forces truth. Activate? I nodded. The world sharpened. Mom whispered, I feared your games were escape from us. Turns out, from us came friends. I'm glad you're not alone. Dad sighed. Sorry for trying to throw out that chair. Didn't know it held your drawings. And you're back. The chair squeaked thanks. The pearl pulsed danger. Admin's voice. Player 1. Anomaly. Heart activated off plan. We may disable. I stood straighter, bed bracing me. Don't. This is data, honesty. Family talks. The house breathes. Let it. Silence. Then, experiment expanded. Your house is reference. Heart allowed. 10 minutes per day. Guests granted visibility. I clicked OK. Life became bizarrely normal. Morning yoga with rug. Toilet chanting bass. Evenings, 10-minute honesty sessions. One night, my biological parents came begging for money. My adoptive parents stood with me. No pearl this time. I said calmly, I live on. Here are my people. Good luck. The door closed. No guilt. Nights were warm. The nightstand whispered before bed. Good morning tomorrow. Good morning tomorrow, I answered, and I fell asleep. Not fearing jump scares in my house, but feeling it's quiet, warm, slightly crooked, sometimes cringe, but real life.